And you give him the Mantis too, you get that really powerful kind of combination with damage boosting. Now he's going over to Cap, now Terra's going over to the Bucky, they're swapping off of some heroes. We'll see if it pans out right now. They're going to hard try to play around Terra with this Mantis damage boost. On the opposite side, NAVI have a lot of ults to work with.
Yeah, they're going to use that Freedom Charge as another solution to some of these ultimates with that reduction in healing across the board. No real mainline power burst healing on their composition, but there's a lot of sustained slow heals. Millennia is going to keep damage boosting Delena in the sky out. Goes that Psionic on Terra, who's at 11 HP and still holds on somehow. Down goes the Itch Jeff. Does this find value from Fate, who is absolutely disgusting on this hero, finds a two-piece. That Kraken Impact is available as it starts now, looking at the front line of Rajaro, who's still holding on into the back line. Trust me, finds Terra after that ultimate, and that's a tough look at a huge trade as Millennia now taking out Jerky after all, back and forth, but the res comes through here for Jerky.
Yeah, that was a smart job. This work to really, I mean, it's not a smart job. He just throws out his BRB, brings back Jerky into the fight, gives them the advantage. Harvey holding as long as possible. Is he going to have to use the Eternal Bond yet? Not necessarily. He's waiting for cooldowns, but loses Millennia.
Is going to just use this to stall point for as long as possible. Looking directly at the front line here of Vinny, who's just going to be playing on point. Heading off map here is going to find these picks.
Yeah, I mean, it secures the end by going off the map. Vinny could jump back, and smart. Jerky closes out. NAVI, with overtime ticking down, have closed down 100 Thieves on round number 1. That was perfection, Shib. NAVI just really looked good. They looked smart. The fights they lost, really no team could win. And at the current moment,
does have that dance of the butterfly, and we've seen so much success from Jerky this entire series and honestly, this entire tournament. The dance goes out now. The scariest dance in Rivals is followed up there as Millennia gets picked off early on. Jerky is going to drop back towards the team as Rajaro gets a two-piece. Jerky now onto Vinny.
That was beautiful. I mean, there's the combination we've seen earlier with those Blade ults alongside Groot training Prison, kind of like that. NAVI sets up the team.
And that's a little bit slept on, as you can't use movement cooldowns when you are held there by Heaven's Retribution from Angela. So that is a crazy combo that we have seen success with twice in a row now here. And that's one here for 100 Thieves, still maintaining pressure on the point, and Terra holding on to that Kraken Impact. It could be huge.
He's holding on it. Here it comes. Now connects onto multiple. Fate of the Worlds is here to keep him healthy. Also, they need to buff this Endsong Inferno. Here comes Naga.
The damage boost coming in from Naga takes out Terra, but Terra does not go without a fight and takes out, trust me, Rajaro now. And here comes that Eternal Peer to hit that ceiling, so that ult will find success. Out goes that invisible boundary. Can TTK land on one? No, not able to do so. Trust me, not getting much success. As Delena gets a pick. Rajaro go on to Delena as it's traded out. A Vanguard and a Duelist down over time. Is now picking up, and Jerky takes out TTK. Terra finds one. Fade onto Harvey, and again, NAVI come back and take map 1.
What a map from NAVI. The portal play was huge. They come back in overtime, somehow find a pick on Delena, and that's kind of the way forward. That's the tough part for 100 Thieves. Ban out Delena's hero pool, make him play that Psylocke, and you'll be in a situation like that. It's a risk that you have to take that right now if you want to move forward in this lower bracket.
The thing is, Delena's Psylocke has looked pretty good. I don't think it, I don't think it needs to be put away necessarily. It's finding a lot of value, very similar to what we're seeing from Jerky, but Jerky's finals are always...
Put a Duelist player onto Rocket Raccoon. It's noticeable when they don't climb up the walls fast enough and maybe get away from other people and drop down a good BRB location.
Yeah, I was going to say the BRB locations are pretty much a tell as if they're a Duelist player in there. There's a ton of damage onto Jerky with the wall off there. Good play from the side of Vinny to break that LOS. And progressing forward now as Terra and Harvey finds one onto Jerky. They're still maintaining this space. The portal comes through and the whole team able to get on that touch. But the Strangling Prison is available, waiting for that shield to go down and going to try to take height and launch it at the back line as we see a Kraken Impact. As a huge eat comes in here from Fate. Can they sweep through right into the spawn? That is a big play as Vinny ggets taken out from that. It's Jeff Delena, though. Going to start off with the Omega Hurricane and trade right back into Fate. Will that be enough for them to press forward as a huge Jeff NATO now is placed?
Yeah, here comes Meteor M and Invisible Boundary too. I mean, they want to close out on them, right? Make sure they can get the fight win. Ultimates you can build up later. You can't always cap the map out after 100 Thieves came back at 0.07 meters. Yeah, it is. It really was strong on the attack for 100 Thieves, but we'll see how it can continue. Wow. The fallback, and nice job by Trust Me to stay alive with that Freedom Charge.
We're seeing how that Freedom Charge, though, in the neutral, if the team can drop back, will be worth it here for 100 Thieves. And there's a huge ult from Vinny. Looking at one. Will they be able to clean up? Yes, Jerky gets picked. And again, that is Jerky, a very strong player. Moving Jerky from the field now allows him to walk right towards the backline. Terra finds one, but what a freeze there from level 1 Crook. Will there be follow-up in the reset? No!
He could maybe toss out a Strangling Prison trying to catch somebody, but he hasn't found Not.
You got to get up to that point up there just to at least have a chance on second point, because this is a very tough hold spot. Out goes the end song, and another eat here from Fade, who is able to find one at the moment, but does have dash available there. If we can see Delena pop out, does fall. Good focus from the side of NAVI once again. Trust me, with a pick. Ultimate advantage here for 100 Thieves. And the fight begins again. Delena is gonna launch out with the dance of the Cutterfly. Find one as Trust Me takes out Harvey. Again, that early pick onto Harvey from Trust Me has been hugely important as Rajaro drops Vinny. Not able to use any cooldowns with a bunch of CC. Terra finds Jerky though. The reset comes through. Down goes the Itch Jet from Millennia with one. And the fight begins again. This would be a huge point take in a situation where they were held for a very long time. Out goes the... Ooh, Psionic is launched. The Invisible Boundary is launched. Trust Me here with the Freedom Charge as the damage boost comes in from Jerky. Using that end song in a ceiling so it cannot be bursted with damage boost is so smart. And they find a two-piece, but TTK is going to find Jerky still heavily down in numbers. Can they clutch up right now? Got to stay on in OT. The Itch Jeff goes under here from Fate. Fate looking for anyone. Does find one. And two teammates back towards the point they go as the pick comes through. And that should do it here. Yeah. As NAVI are clutching up here on point 2.
What a map. NAVI, they look like the incredibly well-oiled machine we talked about earlier. They are firing on all cylinders. And 100 Thieves on the opposite side are not, but I can't...
50% ult charge.
Right now, Trust Me is just going to drop on Delena. Delena gets the invisible shield forced away, but he's going to get back on the high. Meanwhile, TDK on the main ground, kind of just taking a little bit of space towards that.
Free tackle as a ton of damage comes out there from Rajaro, looking upwards towards Vinny. As Trust Me is being a huge problem to the back line, finding Millennia again early on. This cap from Trust Me has been wild, and they are still going to sweep the rest of 100 Thieves.
You know what? If NAVI looks this good, I'm a little worried for any team that's going to play against them. Right now, NAVI...
We're getting eyes on. Out goes the bird, and bang, coming in. Trust Me is going to be able to work towards finding one as Jerky now with the damage boost from the Sia is going to drop to Lena. Naga onto Millennia, and wow, here comes the answer here.
Both Buckies with the Kraken impact hovering over each other. Naga closes out on the Harvey, gets the reset back towards that cart. Naga also cementing himself in the legacy of Marvel Rivals Esports as he closes it out.
Strategist, but either way, you can go through that portal, come through the other side, and be right where we saw Trust Me. This is a defensible position here for 100 Thieves, as that will likely be gone in a moment. 20 seconds later, Rajaro going to start up here with a Sonic Seduction. Look upwards towards TTK, who cannot be CC'd, looking for a downtown throw. Does clip the edge of that shield, unfortunately, is going to be low, but just play.
Or sorry, with the piece of the base, parches the payload. Same thing with Delena, but nobody else is here. Jerky finds him again on Spider-Man of all things. Looking like Necros out here. Crook takes down Vinny, Millennia falls, and NAVI, just like we saw in the last series versus Chopper Mac, go up 2-0 and put themselves on map point. And whew, this team is looking good, Ship.
Confidence is everything at this stage in the tournament, and I'll tell you what, reverse sweep. Trust Me is going to be on that Venom, just disrupting the back line as Terra is holding on to the Phoenix. There is some low ceilings here to get some of that insta-ultimates we've seen in the past, but they will not be running that rocket, as it was banned out. That can help insta-KO any of the back line. Trust Me taking some damage, or putting some damage onto Vinny.
Right now, Vinny's going for those dives on the backside, so is Trust Me, right? Get that snowflake, has so much pressure. Jerky dealing with Delena, 1v1. Delena wins it, Jerky goes down.
Holding on and dropping back towards his team.
Delena looking for Fade, who's on their backline, but the card is still pushing forward. You have one on it. Fade kind of dodging back and forth. Vinny ready to set up on his dive, but NAVI has the space. Sonic Seduction to slow down the push, but Fate of the Worlds keep everybody healthy on the side of NAVI.
Fade is walking, does get stunned there, but still able to escape in that moment, which is insanely strong in terms of the play. And out goes this dance. Does this one find value? It does, as level 1 Crook goes down with a two-piece out of Rajaro. Trust Me takes out Millennia, and that's a two-piece there. Answers right back, but Vinny trades with Trust Me. Terra onto Naga, and they're still walking this point.
You know, this is what we talk about when we talk about Terra, first of all, but when we talk about this meta, Terra with a nice three-piece in that fight, this meta people talk about is a deathmatch meta, right? You just saw, you have to rely on star plays right now on 100 Thieves side for Terra.
And that's an early pick there on a level 1 Crook, which is a strategist. So again, Terra looking very strong here on the Phoenix, getting a ton of value. Is this the new answer for this team, which is looking much different right now? Naga is going to start up here with the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, but goes right down from TTK, who punts him into a wall. Gage and just try to get eyes all over the place with some slick movement now. Out goes that Psionic here from Rajaro. Everybody on 100 Thieves has ult available almost, as Millennia still trying to build up there. Jerky goes up into the sky now on the Phoenix as well. Fate takes out Vinny. Terra onto Trust Me. Both the Venoms are removed.
Yeah, right now Terra just running down Jerky. He doesn't even use his ult. I thought he might have had to use it, but the healing by his team is enough. No portal cooldown you brought out earlier. Naga's also still on that Doctor Strange.
Remember, folks, when you do use that Psionic Seduction on Phoenix, you do get a second HP, or full HP bar, so essentially a second life here. TTK walking in now towards Trust Me, pulls Crystal. 25% of the HP will be popped when that breaks. And up goes Terra, but it potentially blocked here. No, it's not Bang. Coming in hot is going to deal some damage, but goes Jerky in the sky. The Goddess of Death, putting Harvey in a very dangerous spot. Who does go down? Terra is going to find Trust Me. Naga finds Terra, though, and now the numbers are back in Navi's favor. Goodbye, Millennia, and they are doing work on this retake with 18 seconds on. We likely will see a portal play.
100 Thieves were never going to win that fight. That was a really tough one to win Navi. Great job from them. Jerky going aggressive with that. Goddess of Death on top of Faye. Here's the portal play from Terra towards the main side of the objective, but they're going into a whale. Can he block it? They have no ultimates. Navi could close it out here.
Likely we'll see the Strange Shield to try to block off some of that whale. Terra is on the high side. Delena with a pick on a Jerky, saying, I am the Goddess of Death.
That was a huge pickoff from him. Millennia through the backside. Here comes the whale, though. Candy traded. Delena gets on the ground, but he misses the shot. Naga! How could you miss such an easy shot? TTK on the backside takes down Rajaro, who's brought back by the BRB. Naga brings it back, but Delena finds him after punishing him after not going down.
The one Crook playing aggro here onto the Delena. Millennia trying to walk away from the backline as Rajaro is still chasing here. They got to maintain presence on point. They have one on. Jerky takes out TTK, making it two-piece on a Vinny, and they are up a number again. OT ticking down. This is looking like it will be held by Navi.
It's getting intense. I mean, you could see it on both players in their crosshairs, right? You could see the emotion being worn on their sleeves, or at least on their mouse. I don't know how else to call it, because right now Navi have done a fantastic job at shutting out 100 Thieves whenever they're coming back, right? These hero plays are not.
Terra gets one early on, and that is a good start here for 100 Thieves. Navi looking to keep the momentum. There is some more damage as Naga's burned essentially all cooldowns right now. Very low. 19 HP does go down.
Too little too late, though. They were about to cap it out. Navi is, and they still look like they're going to do so, because this portal isn't going to be enough. The staggers are going to eventually happen, and 100 Thieves are going to eventually be staved off this point. Delena does commit the ultimate. They're able to find one, but is it enough after the Jeffel? And everybody's there to close out. 5 minutes now Navi has in the second phase of the map. Both Naga and FaZe sort of playing that too, to follow in when Trust Me goes in.
Fight begins now. Owning this height, out goes that Sia. There is a huge combination from Terra with a two-piece coming in with that Ensong Inferno, looking for three there, and yes.
But he needs to pop off. I need to see more of TTK like we saw on defense if you want to see him win. For Navi, though, they have ultimates to work with.
Naga looking towards the back line, letting the Devil out, and that is going to be a nuisance. You can turn away and not get blinded, but Delena is in a dangerous spot. Way to jump out there is going to jump inside that invisible boundary. Then diagram out. Jerky with a pick there on a Millennia. Delena turns it right back, though. Harvey gets one. Trust Me. Finding Harvey. Terra onto Trust Me. Fate onto Terra. No. Trust Me takes out Vinny. Wow. This Venom battle's insane.
How does he keep doing it now? 1v1 of the car, you get the sparks off, you pop the Ensong Inferno just to connect, but it's a counter! Are you kidding me? Back on to Terra, but he's invulnerable because of it, though. Trust Me, he's found. 1v1 again, and Terra, he wins it!
Keeping pressure on the height here and always having eyes on point to ensure it is not moving forward. Everybody is battling again. TTK with an early pick there onto Rajaro. Naga has to drop backwards, looking towards anybody in the back line, but Jerky doing the same. He has to get inside that invisible boundary, goodbye to a clone that is not getting healed up by that boundary. Jerky finds Harvey, though, and that's an early pick. That is huge. TTK puts one down low, and Millennia cleans up Naga, and they're still owning presence on this point. Terra in a dangerous spot is going to be healed up. Vinny takes out level 1 Crook.
50 seconds left to go for Navi. They want to close it out right here, and it's Naga to try to do so.
Naga is dropping backwards again. Delena is going to find one. Terra onto Jerky, not committing too much at the current moment to ensure they can win this fight without overcommitment. Or will it be bursted? Fade in a very dangerous spot with some insane movement. Trust Me, coming in hot here is going to do some 30% damage reduction. Terra goes up to dodge, and there's a 2 double lead here. Land down, and Fate gets picked up by Harvey as they're still walking. 100 Thieves are owning space. Vinny, though, does have ultimate available, finds one on level 1 Crook. Jerky onto Harvey as that all will now be deleted. Naga pops, let the Devil out. But Delena drops Naga as everyone is trading, making a two-piece Delena. We are in overtime now.
Are you kidding me, Vinny? Trust me, trying to stall. I mean, the portal play can come in a moment. Fate's going to be there, but it's one of your Travis players. You're going to have to figure something out. Valena, or trust me, going to be there with the rest of the team. I mean, you have some extra stall shit, but overtime's halfway through.
That is a huge ultimate to burn, but level 1 Crook going to take out Millennia. We might see a portal play back, and this could be a huge ultimate here. Will this one come through? Everybody stacking on and off point at the current moment. Overtime now, it flips over to 100 Thieves. It will tick down if no one touches. Now right back in the favor of NAVI.
Still touching on. I mean, they're trying to make things work right now. Shift Terra going aggressive into the ground, but he's got Ensong Inferno. Comes down into Fate, who blocks it with the shield. In the backside angle, I mean, they have to keep touching. Crook goes down. Overtime bat
is on that Jeff with a huge Jeff potential. Trust me, goes under. It's huge. Terra, though, finds one early as they are up numbers once more. 5-6, make it 4-6 as Terra takes out Fate. There's that itch Jeff, though, from Jerky. Is it huge? Terra on a level 1 Crook does not find anything there from Jerky, who is low and down. Terra is insane right now, and they will stop NAVI. Team now to move this cart forward in the streets phase of this map. There comes that dance, and Harvey's very low. Millennia the same, and they both will go down. Jerky says, I'm not done yet. They get a 3-piece as level 1 Crook. So that overhealth will not be as impactful. Trust me's engagement. There comes that combination. Looking for the 1-2 punch.
Damage boost anymore.
Bang. It is going to find them very low, and that would be an early pick onto a clone. Well done by Delena to hide in plain sight.
I mean, he ducked around the corner to at least dodge to see you later, but here comes Naga in the top with the Ensong Inferno. Shuts down Millennia too.
Numbers now up for NAVI, already heading into point 2, and this looks like the team we've seen from map 1 and 2 as 100 Thieves are playing on their heels, dropping backwards now. Out goes that invisible boundary from Harvey. The walk down here from Vinny now is going to deal some damage, but not be enough to counteract some of these strat line ultimates.
Playing it slow, Terra with that slow play, able to find Jerky on the high, just sort of taking this sort of off angle in the third person perspective, but Jerky brought back by the BRB. Huge job by that Rocket to put down a good BRB. Eventually Terra, Trust Me falls to Terra, and meanwhile Delena on the opposite angle doing well, the bubble forced, but Trust Me's gone. Engagement
from Trust Me, who's very close to ultimate. Jerky is going to start off here with that dance of the butterfly. Vinny going to counter quickly with that freedom charge, and there is TTK with the Psionic, finds one walking. Do I see two? I do, on a level 1 Crook who's now low and goes down. Good commitment there by TTK and Vinny, who are still looking to find more. Terra onto Rajaro. Terra again onto Jerky, and Fate jumps off to reset.
Terra's so good, man. I mean, what else could you say, Shib? I mean, he and the rest of the squad playing it so well. The pocket for him as well. Terra, that guy, we'll see if 2 minutes left to go, can result in Jerky popping off a little bit more. He's the person that needs to bring NAVI back into it alongside the dimes of Trust Me.
And there will be that damage-boosted Ensong Inferno opportunity here from Terra and Millennia, where you'll see level 1 Crook and Trust Me have the same opportunity with Venom and the Feast of the Abyss, both of which can be very scary to a back line or anybody. 275 HP and below. Naga is going to keep that pressure now, and what a stun there on a Millennia right before he can press the Q button. What a play.
Yeah, huge pick by Naga as well. Trust Me setting that up. I mean, the damage output by him. Now Naga has the height to do whatever he wants.
Jerky takes out Harvey, TTK onto Rajaro. Fate bringing Rajaro right back. That trade did not work out in their favor. Jerky now into Terra, and that could be enough here for them to take this point, but the dance floor comes through.
The dance floor comes through, but it might be too late. I mean, the Meteor M's about to slam down into Millennia. No, it comes back to the cart.
Wow.
But it might be too little too late regardless for 100 Thieves because of NAVI setting up in the oval mega height almost.
It's really good movement there by Millennia to come back and keep the team healthy once more. Harvey is going to be in trouble, and same with Millennia again. Jerky is looking so good. Rajaro is going to find Vinny, and TTK goes down to Jerky, who is playing once again lights out on this hero.
100 Thieves have been doing a better job this man at keeping Vinny alive, but NAVI, she does a lot more damage per swing in that Dance of the Butterfly, so you don't have to damn anymore, Shiv. You do as much damage as Jerky, or as Delena did in the previous fight.
Yeah, that ultimate, instead of 8 swings, roughly 9 in terms of damage, but more bursty as it's in the same exact 8 swings, just in terms of raw damage. That is the number. Trust Me comes in with a huge Feast of the Abyss. Down goes Millennia. TTK with a follow-up. Jerky and Naga are going to follow up onto Harvey and Terra, and wow.
And Naga on the left side has to deal with his backline. He's doing so far. I mean, with the time against the wall, or time running out, rather, Meteor hat from Rajaro has to land flush on a Millennium.
Wow, what a combo
from Naga. What a shot.
Use that to burn shields as Rajaro is just cleaning up here in the neutral after ultimate. And that is going to be everyone on 100 Thieves. And NAVI are going to keep this pressure on the point. Stalling for as long as possible. TTK goes down, and that should do it. NAVI, 3.
Huge closeout from Team NAVI. I mean, they took the entire time bank, but that doesn't matter when you... Setting up right now for 100 Thieves. Where Terra is on that back left angle. Vinny trying to control this top right, but he's getting poked out so much. Also, doesn't have that idol. Seeing that, dropping down. Vinny has to play her on the health pack super well, has to live, and does so. He's gotten 3 health packs in a row. How did he do it?
Takes out Millennia, excuse me, as Fate brings back level 1 Crook. Delena now onto Rajaro. Terra onto Trust Me, and again, coming in hot here with the Unsung Infernal. That one does not find value from Terra. Level 1 Crook with the dance floor. Naga available, goes up into the sky, will come down heavy, and boom, here it comes, and very low, but able to escape there is Delena.
Yeah, it's about having less weaknesses right now. Naga falls to Delena.
Answer still available for Vinny, Millennia, and Harvey. We have this compositional switch, and Rajaro almost with a nice pick there in the neutral. Naga finds one onto Delena, and that's a huge pick there as Terra commits the end song with no avail. And now another dance floor comes through. Excuse me, the dance of the butterfly. That one not able to get much. What good movement from Harvey there to avoid the Meteor M.
But they're still living right at the current moment. Jerky does go down to TDK, who has been sort of quiet this map. Now they come back in. You do have the Eternal Bond to sustain. Meteor M comes in from the height of TDK.
Wow, what a throw there on a Naga. Still owning this space with a few meters left to get point 2. Fate gonna bring back Naga, and that's had so much value here, that BRB. Terra, though, is able to find Trust Me. Vinny just pressuring this backline, not allowing them to look forward. One goes down. Level 1 Crook as Naga gets one. TTK onto Rajaro. Delena onto Naga, and they are trading for days, but this will go. Very low, but able to escape there as Delena tries to chase down, and here comes that dance on the backline again, but is not gonna find much as the stacking comes through. Terra is able to find Jerky, though, as I guess I lied to you. Up in the sky goes Terra, looking to come down onto Fate, who does try to avoid it, and the whole team is able to stay inside this invisible boundary.
Yeah, right now, they have to keep Naga alive. They do toss the Strangling Prison out, but it was blocked by the invisible boundary. Terra finds Naga, too, with this Eternal Bond. They live, though, NAVI on the opposite side, but they're still missing one. Freedom Charge keeps 100 Thieves safe. They'll have the shred disadvantage with their own Eternal Bond in the sky. Rajaro goes to the Meteor M, dance the butterflies, comes out. Can they find anybody? It's Vinny and Terra on the opposite side. Rajaro's missing his back line, and with that, Jerky takes down Harvey, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough for NAVI. Be a hero with that Meteor M, and Delena too with the dance of the butterflies going once a week, goes in with it. Can they find one? They find Fate. The dive is there, and can they find any more? Fate with you while he's gone was missing an Eternal Bond anyway. Terra though finds Rajaro. Trust Me. Can they find any more? They do so. 3 are gone. Well, Thieves capped out with 1:30 on the clock.
More time for 100 Thieves here, as we'll see NAVI only with a minute in overtime compared to that 2.
Trust Me sets up on the high ground as he's pushed away. Cooldown's out. They want to dive on him again, but this time he knows that he's the target focus and turns him back onto Delena. Jerky's here also to help peel. Can they find anything else in this overtime? They can full cap. The Storm's also been used. Rajaro has Meteor M.
Oh, but what a fade there from Harvey, who's going to ult in. Terra is going to get bursted out of the sky in that Unsung Inferno. Everybody pressing the Q button now. Vinny and Delena holding on until this ends. Fate does have that Sia, which can be very impactful, especially with potentially Jerky here, and there comes that combo potentially. Out goes an invisible boundary. Delena is going to find one. Jerky onto Millennia, and 2 onto Harvey. Level 1 Crook now onto Delena, and wow, NAVI said it's definitely going to keep this thing walking here as Terra, no, and Vinny now find 2, but Trust Me onto Terra.
And they use the Freedom Charge too because, I mean, the rocket advantage has been so big, Shiv. I mean, every fight when NAVI pushes this far, we rarely see a team with no time in the bank almost fully cap out.
Folks, they've been in OT for over 3.5 minutes. Jerky, and Trust Me, Naga, oh my goodness, come on now. Looking so good as Vinny goes down. They are just on this train, and they pushed it the entire way.
Folks, that is so impressive, like you said, Shiv. 3 minutes is how long that fight was. You can see the crowd is sweating.
Naga with another early pick, and I can't stress this enough. These duelists finding these neutral picks before every fight is just everything you can ask for in terms of duelists. Again, a minute now. This is a
pedigree is what TDK might have on his mind after taking down Jerky, the new addition to NAVI, but the BRB advantage brings him back.
Yeah, there has been so much value in these BRBs. I cannot stress it enough. Here comes the combo wombo here by TTK and Terra. Can they find anything? No, they do not. And there is a triple combo here from Fate, Naga, and level 1 Crook, who committed as well. And the Meteor M goes down, but it is blocked there by TTK. 23 seconds has been invaluable up in the sky now with the Goddess of Death. Looking backwards, does find one. Vinny on a level 1 Crook. Will this proceed forward? Another pick there as the rest come through. through onto level 1 Crook and Terra. Dealing some damage, holding that Ensong Inferno. Delena in a dangerous spot, but they're somehow able to get the pick onto Trust Me. Oh my goodness, folks. So far, heading towards point 2, these teams are so evenly matched.
No way, Jerky gets stunned out. He does have the support, but can he stay alive? No, gets pulled in, but he's still alive. The healing is there. Still eventually falls, but what a pull from Millennia.
Yeah, 98% from there from Harvey. Has to get back to this point quickly. Ensong Inferno now coming through with the damage boost from TTK. Tries to find one, not able to do so. Terra is able to take out Fate, though, and that BRB will now be gone. Trust me, on a Millennia, Vinny is going to be looking for level 1 Crook. Does have that all out and is gone now with a 2-piece out of Majaro and keeping the dream alive. Terra on a Jerky. Delena goes down to Trust Me. Naga on to TTK, though, and again, they are now looking good, but still on the point. TK to break LOS. They're trying to find an early pick here onto the Sia. The combination comes through as Harvey now is trying to escape, but does get picked. That is massive. Jerky onto Millennia. The numbers are falling. NAVI clutching up with that Sia will end this and win.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was just the losers